Thank you so much to everyone who is donating. They are starting to flood through now on the website. This is your chance to show how much we at Sky News and Paul Murray Live in particular, as a family, are trying to show our love towards Joseph. Again, asf.org.au/projects/Joseph Pouniu. I'll leave that up on the screen for a second as I introduce our next guest, who is none other than the great award-winning Hall of Famer, Ray Hadley. Congratulations on yet another few nominations at the Commercial Radio Awards today. Good luck to him. And tomorrow he'll be serving as the auctioneer. Great man, good to see you.
Well, I've spent a lot of time in this magnificent stadium in my younger days calling football, and over the Tweed, next to the Lees Club, the Seagulls Lees Club, where we started when they had a different name and a different time, but it's lovely. I love the Gold Coast. I come here quite often.
Geez, I can pull a crowd, can't I? I mean, look at this, just a full house for us.
We're both a bit similar in that regard. Look at them. It's hard to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they're all working with us.
100%. Joseph is an incredible young bloke. What happened to him is the ultimate fear that anyone has about professional sport. How important is it that rugby league has come together the way that it has to help this young bloke and equally his family?
The rugby league community, of which I've been a part for the last 40 years, 41 years, very generous. And what I've seen more recently, as the game's got bigger and there's more money in the game, is the game's got more generous. But they've got to be generous. When a teenager suffers this catastrophic injury, you've got to dig deep and you've got to make sure that he and his family are sustained for a long period of time.
Something that's well and truly changed over the past 20 years is the number of Pacific Island players and therefore families. And Joseph's family is Pacific Islander, and faith means so much. And everyone that we've spoken to, from the hospital to the club to people at school, said they've never complained.
Well, it's funny, I was sitting in the studio this morning glancing up at Sky News, and they're obviously running all day things about your program and the time you spent with him. Every time I looked up, he was laughing and smiling.
Yes, yes.
Every time. And I'm thinking, this is a kid who's confronting, you know, a situation that no one wishes to confront. But here he is, having a joke and laughing and being positive, and it's inspiring. It's just simply inspiring. And I'm looking forward to meeting him and having a yarn with him. And I guess he probably believes in prayer, as many do. And I guess he and his family are praying for a miracle. And that miracle might come. I mean, you know, we're not talking about someone putting hands on someone and being able to stand up. We're talking about a medical miracle that, you know, will inspire many, many people to, you know, be positive about the situation Joseph's in. Now,
not that we want to tip everyone off, but there'll be a few big hitters in that room tomorrow. How do you pull the cash out? You're a man who knows how to do it. How do you pick the big hitter and go, all right, a little bit more, it's a good cause. How do we get him?
Well, in another century, I was an auctioneer, trained by one of the greatest auctioneers of all time, a bloke called Ron Vockler, who was trained by a great auctioneer called Jeff K. Gray. And he once told me in less enlightened times, you can't take bids off the wall anymore. You're not allowed to. You can't make them up. Everyone's got to be registered. But of course, those rules go out the window for charity auctions. And many times I've said to people when we're getting to the concluding stage of a particular lot, look, there's only you and me bidding at the moment. And if I come home with another trip to Paris for my wife, I'll get another divorce. So please help me out. It's called in the old days running people up, and that's what I'm pretty good at because I was trained in the old school.
Well, look, tomorrow if you need to, Paul Whittaker, our boss, good for anything.
Look, I might be looking for another job when I retire from radio, so I don't want to upset Boris. I don't want Boris on the wrong side of me. But he's got some rich relatives.
Yeah, correct.
who have no say in my future professionally, so they might get jammed, as opposed to Boris.
Good man. Ray, we love you. Good luck tomorrow. Thank you so much for coming tonight.
God bless you for doing what you're doing for Joseph as well.
You're a good man.
Fantastic. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, boss.